good, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Hurls and Smalls show. As always, coming to you guys after a week of football, and we're coming to you guys after the NFC and AFC championship games. The Super Bowl matchup is set. We got the Chiefs taking on the Eagles, a rematch of a couple of years ago. But before we get into any football talk, Brady, man, I'm sorry. How you doing? How you doing?
You know, the first time this question was asked, I was doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
After about 6 minutes of conversation,
Yeah.
just wasted down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
That shit ain't gonna bring me down.
Yeah.
Life been great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mentally I'm doing wonderful. Sports are cool. We're in the prime of the WWE. Royal Rumble on Saturday. Ohio State been hooping. The Heat been hooping. But with that said, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. As I was talking about in the past couple episodes, I've been in a little spot in like weight loss where I was just stuck in this little range, and you're laughing because we just talked about this 2 minutes ago when I thought I hit the record button. I did, but it didn't want to fucking work. But yeah, I've been stuck in this little range in the past couple of days. I've been weighing myself, and the scale's been dropping a lot. So put me back in. To see that like all the work I've been putting in has been showing its effects. It just just uplifted me a bit, and shows me that I should keep going. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Work is good, life is good, can't complain. Well, there are small things everybody can complain about, but none too crazy. I'm doing all right. Life is life.
I would like to say that I went so Friday I was supposed to go and tour 2 houses.
Mm-hmm.
The people selling the one house that I was more interested in were on some hoe shit that was like an inside sell, and they put it on the market to try to force the other person's hand. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because it was on there. It went up on Wednesday and it was sold on Friday. Just on some bogus shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we went and looked at the other one, and it's funny looking at houses because I knew that I wasn't super interested in the house because it was priced at $190,000, which isn't super bad, but at the same time, it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I didn't like the house a lot, but in my mind, I'm still like envisioning where I'm gonna put stuff if I were to buy this house. And it was probably worth like 140 grand, so I didn't even take a second step on it just because price way too high. But I cannot wait to move out, dog. I love my mom to death, but I'm ready to be on my own. I've been saying that for a while now. If you're here and you love us, leave us a like.
Even if you don't love us, even if this is your first time seeing us.
You don't have to leave us a like if this is your first time seeing us. Just hit that subscribe button. Because you don't know if you like us yet. But subscribe to see if you can like us in the future,
Mm-hmm.
Leave us a comment. Tell us if it is your first time watching. Probably not. We haven't really had any new viewers in a while, but it's cool. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into any football, we got some big games to talk about. I would just like to real quickly mention this team on my chest. I would like to say shout out to Tyler Hero.
I've been asking him for like 2 weeks, by the way, to bring up the Heat, but he hasn't been wanting to. So I'm glad we finally get it.
Shout out to Bam. He hit like 26, 10, and 9 tonight. A day after Asia Wilson was seen with Jamar Chase yesterday.
No way!
I don't know, like not on no like ho shit, but like they were just flicked up at like some like photo shoot or something.
Okay.
He came out and hoop. Khalil Ware has been dominant. We went to double overtime tonight, and at one point in overtime, they put in Jonathan Isaac to guard Bam instead of Gogo Badazzi. And they're focused on Bam a whole lot. Niko Jovic drives to the cup. They switch off of Khalil Ware. They're just standing in the paint. Jovic just lobs it up. Khalil Ware goes as high as the sky and slams that bitch down. Awesome, Brady. Just good shit, bro. Came out today after serving a 2-game suspension. Sorry.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler was supposed to come back
after he had
today.
served like a 7-1 earlier in the season or whatever it was.
It was like 4, but yeah. He's missed several games on some Pat Riley being a hoe shit this season. And he is informed that, hey Jimmy, you're our 3rd greatest player of all time, debatably 2nd because LeBron was only there for 4 years. but we're going to take you off the bench because you've been a little moody lately. We're going to start Haywood Highsmith over you. You've led us to 2 finals. We're going to take this undrafted guy and put him in the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be okay, Jimmy. It's going to be okay. And he walks out, says, fuck you.
So you think Jimmy is justified in him walking off in that shootout?
Everything Jimmy has done has been justified.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Every single thing he's done has been justified. Pat Riley is one of the greatest of all time. Please push him out the door. Please push him out to the fucking door. But I love our roster. If
Pat Riley and Jerry Jones are like the 2 older guys, like let go of the franchise, just go do your own, just go live out the rest of your life.
I'm not a big fan of Pat Riley right now, but I would not disrespect him to that level.
I just mean in the sense where it's like, maybe you should be, doing other things with your life, enjoying the rest of your life instead of worrying about your sports team and, letting someone else run it for a change.
Pat Riley's sticking around a little longer because he's got a good team that's been to a couple finals lately. He's one of the greatest ever.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones is just a Cowboys fan. He just I just about said something crazy. But I really like this Heat team.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy, I don't know why you hate Memphis so much. I think that'd be a great spot for you to land.
Bro, anywhere but Memphis is actually so insane. I think it's the perfect spot.
It is what it is. If there's a way we're out of this, we can trade Terry Rozier, and Jimmy goes somewhere, and we end up with Zach LaVine.
Fine, Jimmy, you can come to Boston. We'll send over fucking, Xavier Tillman and a 2nd-round pick. Fine, come to Boston, Jimmy.
So you're trading Jaylen Brown? His contract's gotta fit.
Okay, shut the fuck up and continue.
Bring us Zach LaVine. Send Jimmy over there to be happy with KD.
Mm-hmm.
Just make him happy. If Jimmy can go win a ring, I'd be happy.
All right.
We can move on though. So your overreaction segment. Usually he has a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
We've been saying in the power rankings. This is like number 1.
Yeah, this may drop me. Yeah.
The fantasy 4-man, and then the bold predictions. Bold predictions might be falling to 4 because them bitches.
And I told Spawns before we started recording, I have 1 overreaction today, so this may drop. But it's not like it's going to drop because Fantasy 4-Man took it over, because we didn't even do Fantasy 4-Man last week, and we're probably not going to do it for the Super Bowl. Are we going to do it for the fucking Pro Bowl? So looks like Fantasy 4-Man is dead until next season. Overreactions.
Speaking of,
yeah.
How much of that Pro Bowl are you going to watch? If you had to estimate the amount of seconds.
I haven't watched a second of the Pro Bowl in maybe 8 years. The little skills thing they do can be decent, but I don't sit there and watch it in real time. I'll see like clips on Twitter or YouTube.
The Pro Bowl's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And then the little skills thing's Thursday?
No, I think it might be the day before. Thursday, I think, is the NFL awards. Yeah.
So we're not giving ours.
I thought we were giving ours this Thursday. Right?
So ours are gonna come out after they're announced?
Bro, but ramble.
Bro, for everybody out there, I wanted to give our awards last week, and Harlan was like, nah, we'll wait, we'll do it next Thursday, it'll be cool, they'll still come out.
Mm-hmm.
Now here we are. We're gonna be after the actual fucking MVP.
Oh no, I'm tweaking. Wait, no. They come out.
They were announced the day before the Super Bowl.
No, not the day. It's a couple days. The Thursday before the Super Bowl. Okay, so not this Thursday. So we can do it. We can still do it. We can do it this Thursday. Yeah, but they come out next Thursday. So get off of my case. But I'm literally not gonna watch a second of the Pro Bowl. Not a second.
Let me predict your overreaction.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Mahomes, something about a GOAT conversation?
No. See, I was gonna come with that, but I feel like, that exact, like, it would have been obvious. Like, you obviously just predicted it. People would have expected me to come with that. With the overreactions, I don't want to be so predictable. But
Josh Allen will never beat Pat Mahomes.
Close. My overreaction for this week, I have one. I tried to, make it as good as one as I can. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow will combine for 2 or fewer Super Bowl rings as long as Patrick Mahomes is in the league.
I saw a tweet a couple days ago, and it was like, this era is going to have several gold jacket quarterbacks that never win a Super Bowl because of number 15.
And it's ridiculous. Like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, you guys just were born at the wrong time. Literally, you were just born at the wrong time. And I was talking to my coworker about this earlier. It might just be the fucking Michael Jordan effect, the Steph Curry, the LeBron. It's like, no matter what you do, you know 15 is coming out of the AFC. And to all the great players, like when it was Steph Curry, James Harden, you never got there because of Steph. Chris Paul, you didn't get there. With everybody in the East, with LeBron James, like the Isaiah Thomas Celtics, the Raptors, the Wizards, you never really got there. Paul George on the Pacers, you didn't get there because of LeBron. And way back when with Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, you didn't get there because of MJ. I think it's really going to be the same thing. You didn't get there. You didn't get your ring because of Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know. Because I don't know how many years Andy Reid has left. And as phenomenal as Patrick Mahomes is, he's probably already the second best of all time.
That's the overreaction I was going to come with. But I was like, this isn't a fucking overreaction. He's the second best quarterback ever. That's why I didn't come with it. That was going to be one of them. But I literally told myself, he's the second best quarterback ever. It's not an overreaction at all, I don't think. But what you brought up is something I asked my coworker. I was like, I wonder what the Chiefs will look like when there's no Andy Reid or Travis Kelce. Because Travis Kelce probably has, another 2 to 3 years left in him. Andy Reid probably has maybe somewhere around the same. But Patrick Mahomes will still be there, knock on wood, and, nothing career-ending happens. But he'll still be playing, 32 years old. He'll have plenty of years ahead of him. I really wonder what the Chiefs will look like and how productive they'll be as a team without those two guys. I asked him that, and he didn't know what to say. But it's crazy that this season, the AFC Championship game was Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes beat him. The season before, it was Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes beat him. The season before that, it was Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Patrick Mahomes beat him. It's like he's going through every single one of the top quarterbacks in the AFC, and they can't beat him. I mean, Joe Burrow has done it, but on a year in, year out basis, he just continues to beat these guys, and it's ridiculous. It's like he's been in the league 7 seasons. He's been in the AFC Championship 7 times. The only times he hasn't won those games is when Tom Brady beat him in his first year. First, not rookie season, but his first season starting. And then Joe Burrow when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. Every other time he's been in the Super Bowl, for him to have 3 rings, potentially 4, 5 trips to the Super Bowl is insane. He's not even 30. He is not even 30, and he's well on his way to making himself the GOAT just based off of resume alone. By the time he's 35, who knows what his resume is going to look like? If he keeps this up, let's say, hell, he doesn't even go to the AFC Championship every year of his career for the next 5. Let's say he goes 3 out of 5. When he's shooting 100% right now, but let's just say he goes 3 out of 5. That's 10 trips to the AFC Championship game and 8 trips to the Super Bowl? That is ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous for him to not even be 30 and have this resume. So I really don't think it's up for debate anymore that he's the second best quarterback ever. And by the time he's done, I don't see, if he keeps up this pace, or not even this pace exactly, but somewhere near to this, I don't see a world where he isn't literally considered the GOAT by every single person by the time his career is over. Because this is ridiculous. It is.
It really sucks because I'm gonna be one of those Michael Jordan guys.
And my coworker that I was talking about, he's a Brady guy, but even him, he was like, the shit that Patrick Mahomes is doing, it literally doesn't make any sense. That's what he was telling me. It doesn't make any sense for him to be in the championship game every year of his career, to have all these Super Bowls, and he's not 30 yet. He's a Brady guy through and through. He was a Pats fan. He was a Bucks fan when Brady went there, so he's a Brady guy through and through. But even him himself said, by the time Mahomes is done, he's probably going to be the best ever.
Well, he's wrong.
Okay.
2 or less. We still haven't answered your original overreaction. I want to say no because I would like to say all three of those guys end with one Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was 3 or less, I would probably say yes. But I can't. I refuse to put it in the universe that Lamar Jackson retires without a Super Bowl. That Joe Burrow retires without a Super Bowl.
But there are greats that happens to. Like Dan
Oh,
Marino,
for
one of the
sure.
best ever, never won one. You know? Like
I was
Aaron
watching,
Rodgers, for as great as he is, only has one.
Benchwarmer Brand posted a video today or yesterday, and it was he always does like the quarterback eliminated club, and it was like Josh Allen. He was like, "Yeah, I'm basically just Phillip Rivers, or not Phillip Rivers."
I think
he's
the
one.
Phillip Rivers to Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes is the Tom Brady.
Phillip Rivers the one that had all them kids.
Yes, like 11 kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it was Phillip Rivers because Phillip Rivers never beat Tom Brady one time. One time. That's crazy, dog.
It is. Now Josh Allen is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. And they show I just seen a TikTok maybe 30 minutes before we started, and it showed Josh Allen's reaction every single time they lost. And literally in 2020, it's like, I believe in this team, it's our first time, we'll be back. We're not worried. 2021, it's like, it sucks losing to the same team, but we'll be back. 2020, whatever it was, 2023, I think it was, it gets frustrating losing to this team, the fact that it's the same team beating us. And this year, it's not even a word. It's just, it was just the biggest sigh he let out before they even get the question out. So you just saw his mood change after every single time that the Chiefs have beaten them. And it's like every single time his morale just gets worse and worse and worse. And I can't blame him. It's like to lose to the same team 4 times, for them to end your season 4 times, it sucks. So.
Absolutely. To finish off your overreaction, Lamar Jackson will get a Super Bowl. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know why, but he will. So he's taking at least one of them from Pat.
And that's just to say, if CJ Stroud doesn't come in and get one with the Texans, Justin Herbert doesn't get one with the Chargers, there are still other teams that may get one 5 years, because we don't know what the league is going to look like 5 years down the line. Let's just say Patrick Mahomes is still there and the Chiefs are still that team. CJ Stroud should be a million times better. Justin Herbert should be better with a better team around him. So there are going to be a bunch of different teams on the come up where these guys still have to find a way to get theirs, being Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen. They still have to find a year to get theirs when these other quarterbacks are on the rise, and Patrick Mahomes is still head and shoulders above everyone else.
5 years from now, Aaron Nolan going to break the record for best rookie quarterback ever. So, I mean,
shit, it's going to be tough with the way Jaden Daniels did it this year. But
Aaron Nolan left-handed too. He throwing it inverted.
Okay, so before we started, I said I don't know what said there. This isn't really a segment because it's not gonna be an ongoing thing. But I just wanted to ask you, in order, how far back can you go, naming off the Super Bowl matchups? We got Chiefs Eagles obviously this year. I want to see how far back you can go.
I'm better with the NBA for sure. Not matchups, but champions. Last year, what was Chiefs and
I have it in front of me.
So. They beat last year.
Fuck you. Oh, you're being serious?
Nah, they beat y'all last year.
And
then they didn't beat y'all the year before, but they beat the. I'm bad, dog. I don't remember. Wow. I remember champions the year before
they beat the
Chiefs
Eagles. They beat the Eagles, the Chiefs, before they beat us.
Okay. That was Sirianni's second year. The year before that was the Bengals, right? Bengals
Rams, yeah.
So 21 was Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs versus Tom Brady.
Yep.
The greatest of all time, beat Pat Mahomes' little bitch ass.
Okay.
Year before that is the Chiefs shitting on that low weak ass team.
Okay.
And then I think the year before that's another Tom one, right?
Yeah. Bad Super Bowl. Bad game. Boring game.
Rams?
Yep.
So I'm in what, 18?
Yeah, the one you just got is 18. You're moving on to no, sorry. The one you just got is 19. You're moving to 18.
And he was still with the Patriots then. So that 18. So did he go back to back then? Because I know there was the one against the Seahawks for sure. I know that the Ravens beat y'all.
I think the Ravens beat y'all. You're too far.
I know. I think the Ravens beat y'all in 15, right?
No, 13.
Or 13. 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. So I'm in 2017. Is it Tom?
Yeah, it is Tom.
Okay, so it's Tom, and
it's 2018, 2017-18. So the Super Bowl happened in 2018.
28.
But it is Tom.
Tom lost to the Eagles.
Yep.
No, that's 17.
No.
Yeah, that's 17. Right. That's 17.
No.
That's the 17th Super Bowl technically.
2017, 2018. They lost to the Eagles.
Okay.
Is that as far back as you think you can go?
2017 is also Tom.
It's a legendary.
But he won.
Yeah. Legendary
one.
Yeah.
Is that the Edelman catch? Underneath the dude, like
yes,
all tangled up.
That is the catch. Yes. What's the game?
Man, I miss Edelman. I love Edelman talking to like when you see him, Gronk, and Pat or Tom Brady still together.
Hey man, when they had Tom throw the ball to Gronk, and bro, I'm not even a Tom guy like that or a Patriots guy, but hearing that great idea, and his voice always peaks and gets super high, and then he's squatting and snaps it and throws it to Gronk. I was like, man, bro, just come out of retirement one last time and give us another season, bro, please.
I saw a dude say that football is like the Green Goblin mask for Tom Brady.
No, legitimately, man, just come back one last time, Brady. I know you can give us a good season, please, man.
He'd still be top 15.
I think so. I when we talked about this a few weeks ago, more than a few weeks ago, but we were talking about how many quarterbacks he'd be better than. Yeah. I definitely think he would be still top 15, bro. I definitely think he would be.
You put him on no disrespect to Bo Nix. You put him on the Broncos this year. They go further than what they did?
No. I think the Bills still beat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dolphins?
I think the Dolphins get into the playoffs. I think they took the Broncos spot, but I think they might still lose to the Bills.
Colts? Because Colts got a good.
No. I don't think the Colts
really?
I don't think the Colts make it with Brady.
He got some weapons over there. He got a running back. He got a decent.
I think they have a better chance. He has a better chance with the Dolphins with Tyreek Hill, Waddle, HN.
Oh, I miss Tom Brady playing football. Much.
I watched that clip so many times. I just let it keep on playing. That green 19 just brought me back, man. It just brought me back.
So 2016 Super Bowl. You said legendary game. Is that them? 2015 is Peyton Manning, isn't it? On the Broncos.
2015. No. That's Peyton Manning was 15-16. Like the season started in 15, but the Super Bowl was in 2016.
That's technically the 2015 Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, but yes, it was Peyton Manning.
So when you said no, you really meant yes.
But no, because I'm just the way that I have the list. It's like it just tells me the year the Super Bowl was played in. But yeah, so I guess so. Yes.
So I got Peyton Manning and I got Tom. So Tom beat. Who did Tom beat? You said legendary game.
Legendary game. I'm surprised you haven't gotten this. Legendary game. It went to overtime. The first Super Bowl to go over overtime. The Falcons 28-3.
Oh, duh, bro. Yeah. Duh, bro. I vividly remember when I was watching that game, my bed used to be over here instead of right here. And I had my TV right here. And I was just laying there at halftime like, damn, we're really about to lose. Because that was a Tom diehard, dog.
We are really about to lose.
Tom diehard.
So let Tom Brady come back, and that's another team added to his list of teams. Bro. Holy shit, bro. Who are you not a fan of? Who the fuck are you not a fan of? It's ridiculous.
Lamar just kind of took Tom's spot as like my quarterback that I'm a fan of, you know.
So you were a Buck. So when Tom was on the Bucks, it was we for the Bucks.
No, it wasn't we for the Bucks. I rooted for them a little bit, but it definitely wasn't we because Gronk's also my favorite tight end ever.
Okay, but the Patriots was definitely we. It was we.
Definitely we. Okay. I one of my favorite football memories ever is we went to it was like I think it's called like a hibachi spot where they cook the food in front of you, and I remember my whole family sitting there like watching the guys cook, and they had a 25-inch TV and hanging way up in the corner. It was a playoff game. Tom Brady, when he had Wes Welker and he had Edelman and he had all them guys. I remember Wes Welker catching a pass from him and taking off. And I'm just screaming in the fucking corner of the restaurant like a little jackass. Man.
I hated on those Brady teams, but just going back, it's like I didn't hate Brady. I just hated Patriot fans, but it was just such good football. It really was. And I miss Tom Brady so much because towards the end of his career, I really started to love and appreciate Tom Brady for how good he was. So I was really rooting for those Bucs teams to go and win, or when he was on the end of his Patriots tenure, I was rooting for them to win because I just love Tom. I just love Tom Brady, man. Shout out to Brady. Come back, man, please. But we don't have to keep.
I'm definitely
this, though, on the Super Bowl.
I'm definitely one of the type of people who are like, if I'm against something, I find it really hard to like change my mind. Like people that hated LeBron, I wasn't one of them. But if I was one of that people that hated LeBron, I would probably still hate LeBron.
I was. Dog, I remember coming home every day, watching the Heat games as a kid. I would watch every single Heat game because that's when it wasn't on no fuck-ass Bally Sports. You could actually just watch it because you could just watch your local sports team. So I would come home every day and watch the Heat games and literally be pissed every single time they won. When the Bulls snapped that Heat like 27-game win streak, you would have thought I was a fucking Bulls fan the way I was celebrating. I was in here going crazy. That's how hard I rooted against the Heat. I hated them so much. And everyone's like, how can you live in Florida and hate the Heat so much? I don't get it. Shout out to Nate Robinson.
Snap that win streak.
Like, man, bro, I came home hating on the Heat. And I try not to do that anymore. Like with the Chiefs, like I've said openly, like if it's not the Niners, I really don't care who wins, and I'd be down for Patrick Mahomes to just get as many as he can. Because if it ain't us, I really don't care who wins. So yeah, I try not to.
I do care.
Hate and root against teams too. Okay.
Lamar, if we get the next season, and you shit the bed again.
Uh oh. What?
I'll still be your biggest fan.
Shit.
We'll need to start having those conversations on Tuesdays though. You know, I got them with Joe on Wednesdays during the season. Tuesdays might have to be Lamar's day.
Okay. But we can get into this week.
It was 2014 though.
2014. Let me go look. So
2013 was.
You mean 2013-14 or 14-15?
The one in between Peyton Manning and the Ravens.
Peyton Manning and the Ravens. It was Peyton Manning. I'm going backwards. So Peyton beats the Panthers. Then before that, Brady beat the Seahawks. That's when Russell Wilson threw the pick on the goal line and they didn't get a on.
Yep.
And before that is when Peyton got fucking smacked by the Seahawks.
Go to the end of that decade.
Okay, then 2012-13 was the Ravens Niners. Then where am I at? Shit, sorry. Then before that, it's Giants, Patriots. Then Green Bay, Pittsburgh, and New Orleans, Indy.
New Orleans, Indy.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, man.
Shout out to Drew Brees.
You see that commercial with him and Reggie and Gronk? It was like a bounty commercial, and Drew Brees and Reggie Bush are both eating wings, and Gronk's behind them, like wiping their mouth every time they get to the ball.
Is that a newer one? I swear I just seen it for the first time the other day. Okay, yeah.
And Gronk takes a wing, and
the other wipes himself, right? Like, he wipes himself.
He's like, I got you, Gronk.
Yes.
And the other guy was like, thanks, Gronk.
Yeah, I did. All right. We can get into the conference championship game, starting with the NFC championship game. My goodness, this turned ugly quick. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23. The Eagles dropped 55 in this game, and the Philadelphia Eagles move on to the Super Bowl. Is there a reason you got that face on?
Yes, because Jaden Daniels is a rookie quarterback who played himself a very good football game.
He did.
It doesn't matter.
This game had nothing to do with Jaden Daniels not being capable enough to win this game. Jaden Daniels came down and played more than good enough to play this game. This game came down to the Commanders beating themselves. My goodness. If I was a Commanders fan, I understand it's like, I'm happy we got here, but I would I would be so frustrated by the way we lost. Us losing is one thing. Hell, even if we did lose 55-23, that's one thing. And it'd be different if Jaden Daniels was the one who just shit his pants and had 4 interceptions. But for Jeremy McNichols to fumble, Austin Eckler to fumble, and then for it to be these other guys just blowing the game for us when my rookie quarterback still shows up, I would be livid.
I told my pops it was 2 guys that probably won't even be there next season, and then your wide receiver too, costing you this game.
Absolutely.
Jaden Daniels did just about everything he could until the fourth quarter. He threw
started
that
forcing things. Yeah, I'm not mad at him for that.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, game was pretty much over. Yeah.
First half he was great though. They were down 1 point at a time in this game where they gave the ball back to the Eagles, and then he just didn't see the ball again, and they were down like 20.
At the end of the third quarter, because for the majority of this game, it felt like the Commanders weren't really in it, but the score said they were in it. Exactly. The score said they were in it, but just the feel of this game felt like the Eagles had a stranglehold on it at all times. I mean, the first time Saquon Barkley touches it, he goes 60 yards to the crib. But at the end of the third quarter, I think the score was 34-23. The Commanders have the ball at like midfield. And it's like, hold on. If the Commanders score here, maybe if they go for 2, it could be a 4 or 3 point game, deciding what they do, whether it's a PAT or a 2 point. So it's like anything could happen even if they get 3, it's a 1-score game no matter what. We have a chance going into the fourth quarter. Then the fumble comes, and then it's like, oh shit, the game's over because the Eagles go down and score. I think all 3 of the of the Commanders' turnovers resulted in Eagles touchdowns. 21 points off of your 3 turnovers. So for the Commanders to have the ball down 11 going into the fourth, and you turn the ball over, that's really what just killed the game right there. And that's when I really knew it was over. Even though the whole game, it kind of felt like the Eagles had this. From that point on, it was really like, oh yeah, it's over. It's completely over.
That's my exact opinion. The whole game, it was my pops is like, this game's over. This game been over since Saquon ran that touchdown. It's like,
I get him, but it really wasn't over. But I understand why he said that.
I'm an optimistic football watcher. I wanted to believe that they could come back and win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But when Austin Eckler fumbled that, it was like, damn, this game's really over. The Commanders had such a Cinderella story, such a great season, just for it to end like this. Guys that Diami Brown matters technically, but like 3 guys that don't matter to the longevity of this team very much.
I heard how someone put it. It's like 3 guys that no one in the stands would have had their jerseys on. And not to any hate towards them, but it's not like it was Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz, Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson even. It was 3 guys that, like I forget who said it, no one had their jerseys in the crowd if there were any Commanders fan there. No one would have had their jerseys on, and those 3 guys are who had the turnovers.
Yep. Jeremy, you fumble on a kick return, dog.
Yeah. And for Zach Ertz to play the way he did, it seemed like
brilliant.
Every time Jaden Daniels needed a big throw on 3rd, 4th down, Zach Ertz was there wide open. Somehow at his old age getting open. He made some separation every single time Jaden needed a clutch throw. He looked Zach Ertz way. And even when Zach Ertz had dropped one, he ran like a little 8-yard out. He dropped one, and then it was 4th down, and he catches it over the middle on the very next play. So Jaden Daniels didn't even faze him that Zach Ertz dropped the previous one. He still had trusted him to go to him the very next play.
You see what Zach Ertz said after the game?
Not directly after the game, but I saw what he said today, that he's coming back and he still believes that he can, grow with Jaden.
After the game, he said that he wishes he was 22 years old and he had a chance to play out his entire career with Jaden Daniels as his quarterback.
And if Jaden hears that, that's like the biggest compliment you can get. For a guy who could potentially be in the Hall of Fame one day, he's already won a Super Bowl. For him to say he wished he could play his entire career with you, and you're just a rookie, that has to be the biggest compliment he can get.
And he's walking in the tunnel after the game, and Fletcher Cox is like, hey, Ertz, and they go over and they had their little moment.
And Zach just was walking at first, but Fletcher kept on saying it. He was like, Ertz, and then Zach finally looks over and realizes who it was. Yeah.
Beautiful moment, man. Yeah. The only thing I want to say about this game is the Commanders' first drive. They went for it on 4th like 3 or 4 times, and then they settle for a field goal.
Like what? And not that it's just like the worst thing, but it's like, say if you weren't going for it on the previous drive, you were just driven down there and fucking we're kicking the field goal. But you went for it like 2 or 3 times on the drive and converted, and for you to get that deep into enemy territory, into the red zone, and just to settle for 3, it just, not that it set the tone for the game, but it kind of told me maybe they're not going to risk it as hard as they were in previous games. Maybe they are a little tight in the ass, like their cheeks are clenched. They're a little nervous about this game. They don't want to throw it away. They want to take not take every chance that's there. They want to just take the points that are given to them. It just not set the tone, but just kind of told me what their mentality was coming into this game.
But at the same time, I can't say that because the very next possession they had it, they fake a punt.
Oh my god!
The very next possession,
and I had looked away because they were gonna punt it. I looked away, and then I hear the commentators, "It's a fake," and then I look back and I can see the ball lofting in the air, and he comes down with it. Like their third string tight end comes down with it. I'm like, holy shit!
Chill out.
Sorry, their backup tight end comes down with it, and I'm like, holy shit! Come on, Commanders! Because I was definitely rooting for the Commanders in this game, so I was like, come on! And for the Eagles to touch the ball the first time, and Saquon Barkley, it legitimately 3 different times it looked like he was going to be tackled. He's spinning off, bouncing off guys, and then the next thing you know, he finds a seam and he's gone. And it was just like, man, the Commanders it looked like they just weren't ready and weren't prepped. Not that it was Dan Quinn's fault, but maybe just the nerves got to them, and them actually being in this situation kind of got to some of the guys, I think, in this game.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I disagree because they just have, on paper, so much less talent.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They weren't built to be in this moment. They just overexceeded expectations.
And then I was thinking to myself after this game, it's like, why was I was actually asking myself, like, why did I not pick because the Eagles Chiefs was my Super Bowl pick from the playoffs. It's like, what in this game, when we previewed this game, what made me pick the Commanders? I was like, if I look at the Eagles roster, literally every position, the Eagles are better, probably other than quarterback. Jaden Daniels is probably the better quarterback, but legitimately every other position on the team, the Eagles are probably better. So I was like, what in the world made me pick the Commanders? And I guess it was just Jaden Daniels and how phenomenal he's been playing these playoffs to make me pick them. And I believed in him, and I still do, but man, the Eagles, I'm looking at them, it's like, I'm actually like just taking a second to look at their roster, look at how talented they are, and the way Jalen Hurts has been playing. He's been playing very well. Saquon has been unguardable in these playoffs, the whole season, but in this playoffs, he's turned into a completely another level. Super Bowl on his birthday in a couple of weeks, so who knows what he's gonna do then. I'm going to have a hard time picking against the Eagles because they look like a team that's ready to win. They don't have a single hole on that roster right now.
Dallas Goedert, every time that the Eagles seem to be in trouble, the whole playoffs, he just is wide open, makes a big play. The last thing I want to say about this game specifically before we move on, he's one of my favorite defensive players in the league. I love the trade when they made it, but Marshawn Lattimore was god awful, dog.
Yeah. He was.
And he made himself look like a jackass.
Exactly. It's one thing to be bad, but then you had yourself looking like a complete idiot because you want to get in AJ Brown's face and tussle with him. And yeah, and then you have the pass interference, I think it was on Devonta Smith in the end zone. Now the ball's at the 1. Yeah, not a great game for him. And shout out to Jalen, because I have been one to, not shy away from any Jalen Hurts slander. He made some big time plays in this game. I think it was 4th down or 3rd down. He hits AJ Brown up the right sideline, and it was a beautiful throw. It was a beautiful throw. Jalen Hurts made some really big plays in this game, and he's been showing the ability to make plays with his legs in these past couple of games as well, too. Not that he hasn't been able to, but he just looks more comfortable doing it. And him as a passer has been very, very good to watch these past couple of games as well, too.
They had a 4th and 5, I want to say in the second quarter in this game. AJ Brown on the left side. Marshawn Lattimore walks up and presses him for literally no reason. Just gets absolutely burnt. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts drops it in the breadbasket. Beautiful catch, beautiful play. Pissed me off because at that time it was like, man, just get a stop here. They're gonna take the lead. We're moving, because this is definitely a game. As you already said, it's like the Commanders. This is a we right now. I'm rooting for them like they're my favorite team of all time.
Legitimately, the Commanders had me saying we, bro. Like we are gonna go to the Super Bowl if we win this game. Absolutely, I feel you.
But shout out to our boy Joe. You got a lot to look forward to, dog. This team. It was so fun.
Yeah, and Punk said he
So
wanted a
fun.
shout out because he's an Eagles fan. So Punks, there's your shout out, man. Congrats on going to the Super Bowl.
Punks.
He is
Get
not.
some more love in your life, dog.
Sorry, what?
Yo ass a hater, bro. His ass
Really?
he a negative dude. I mean, I don't know. You know I'm better than me, but you talked about last episode. He trying to keep you stay a little heavier every time.
Oh
I'm
my
watching
goodness! I'm glad you brought that up. So today, I got on the scale and I was talking about. I sent some of the guys the snap. I was like new low, and what? Let me see what he said. Let me see what he said. Sorry, like I literally
every
saved
time.
it.
For y'all that don't know, Hurley's in a little group called Total, and there's like 5 of them. And every time one of them streams and Pooks is in there, it's like he's hating on one of the 5 of y'all for literally no reason. It's usually Joe, to be honest. But
okay, so I sent him the video of me on the scale. I sent him the way I was down to 225. He said, "Now you can have a Publix ice cream cake to celebrate." Like he just, bro, he just hates me losing weight and being on this fitness journey. He legitimately hates it, and I don't know what it is for him to be my friend, one of my good friends too. He just hates this for me. So Punks, bro, just know I love you, but you just want the worst for me. And that's all I got to say. Shout out to the Eagles for getting to the Super Bowl, man. Commanders fans, you got nothing to hang your head about. You guys will be back next season. Jaden Daniels looks like he's going to be a top 5 quarterback for years to come, if not even higher than that. So shout outs to you guys for an incredible season. You picked number 2 in last year's draft, and here you are in the NFC Championship game.
And I don't know if you saw it or not, but Jaden Daniels' mom is super involved in his life, and he was like, "Yeah, Jaden don't have a woman. Women are just distractions. Blah blah blah." And I saw a tweet, and it was like, "Jaden, I hope you getting some pussy for this season, man, because you were absolutely phenomenal."
Oh, you deserve it. You deserve it, Jaden Daniels. You deserve it. Moving on to the second of the championship games, we had the Buffalo Bills head to Kansas City and fall just short. The Kansas City Chiefs move on to the Super Bowl by beating the Buffalo Bills 32-29. Go ahead.
So, I've mentioned on here more than once that my father is a football fan who is very negative.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, there were 2 guys, for whatever reason, he just absolutely loves to death. And before this game started out, he was talking, he was like, "Yeah, Caleb Williams is a fucking bum. Bryce Young's already proved to be a bum. Drake May ain't going to be shit in the league, and now we're going to see Cam Ward come in and be bad too." And it's like, I disagree with everything you just said, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, he absolutely adores James Cook. And he was talking about Trent McDuffie like he was the reincarnation of Darrelle Revis.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So when Trent McDuffie got burnt by Matt Collins, and he already dislikes Matt Collins.
What a ball by Josh Allen, by the way.
He was pissed, and it was hilarious because Matt Collins.
It's just now showing that replay of that catch. That's crazy. Like, look at that catch, and what a catch! Perfect ball, perfect catch. It was beautiful.
Matt Collins makes no sense to me because his build is unbelievable. Like, he's so tall, he's so jacked, and at the same time, he's lightning speed. But he's just not very good. He's just like this deep ball catcher, and when they throw it to him, he catches it damn near every time, but he just doesn't get the ball very often. The Bills decided in this game, I believe it was in the second half, I believe it was in the first half, maybe it was in the third quarter, to run a goal line fade. My least favorite play in all of football. I
just saw a tweet about that earlier today.
It was like 3rd and 6, 3rd and goal, and they just throw it up to Keon Coleman immediately on Trent McDuffie. Had no chance of succeeding, and then they kick the field goal on 4th down. And it's like, that's what we decide to do right there? Are we for real? And the play before that was like a screen to Dawson Knox or something like that. The Bills were in this game the entire time, but this is kind of the opposite of the last one where I felt the Commanders had a chance the whole time. I didn't really feel good about the Bills' chances much in this game. Yeah, they were in it, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, Pat Mahomes is going to pull this off.
Exactly. It's like when it comes to beating the Chiefs, I need to see you up fucking 20 points because if this is a close game going down to the wire, I'm putting all my money on number 15. I'm putting all my money on them. Whether it comes down to you having to go down and make a game-winning drive, their defense is going to come away and make a play or something. Even if Patrick Mahomes isn't the one that has to go down and win the game for him, his defense will. So no, if it's a close game, I'm going to take the Chiefs no matter what. And on the call, I think it was Tony Romo in this game. The Bills.
It was
the Bills. And this is strictly about Sean McDermott and Joe Brady. The fucking tush push. You have Josh Allen who can do so much when it comes to running the ball, and you decide to go with the tush push. And Tony Romo said it a million times. You know Josh Allen is going over his left guard. Every single time they run that tush push,
bro, that's
Josh
not
Allen's
their
going
fault,
left.
Though.
That's
left. Josh's fault.
And if you're the Chiefs, it's like, okay, we know which way Josh Allen's going. They're running this tush push. We send everybody on our defense's right side, the offensive left side, because we know Josh is going over the left guard, and it worked every single time. And if you're the Eagles or an Eagles fan, you're looking at it like, yeah, this is why they shouldn't ban the fucking tush push, because clearly not everyone can do it. Clearly we're just good at it. Because the Bills have tried to make this their thing kind of this entire season, and then it comes down to this AFC Championship game, and they did it, like 5 times? When you can get so much more, Joe Brady, from what you showed us this season, you can get so much more creative in these 3rd and shorts, 4th and short, 4th and inches. You can get so much more creative in these situations, but it's like, no, we're going to take a page from the Philadelphia Eagles and run this tush push. It's like, you can do so much more when you have a quarterback the size of Josh Allen. And to see what Patrick Mahomes does when he has to run. Patrick Mahomes, he's just in a different category, because he can win a game however you want to play. If you want to play where you got to score 40 points to win, Patrick Mahomes will do that. If you want to play a game where it's 13-10, Patrick Mahomes will win that game. If you want to win a game where we have to air it out, Patrick Mahomes will throw for 400 yards. If you want to play a game where the quarterbacks have to be mobile and run, Patrick Mahomes will break off two rushes that are just going to be back-breaking. An 18-yard scramble where you're like, how the fuck is this guy look like he's moving at a fucking 5.5 40, but he's still outrunning these guys, breaking tackles, trucking guys into the end zone. No matter how the game has to be played, Patrick Mahomes is going to adapt to that play style. And what do you have? 11 rushes for 43 yards in that game, and he had that touchdown run where he trucks the guy on the goal line and gets into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes, that's what makes him different from everybody else. There literally isn't a game plan out there to beat him, because no matter what you throw at him, he's going to adjust and find a way to, hell, even if he doesn't win, he's going to find a way to be productive, whether it's with his legs, whether he has to air it out, whether it's through the short passing game, hell, whether it's through the run game. It really doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes is just going to find a way to be productive, man, and it's just different. It is different. There's no one like him.
And I think that's a big reason why, or like, since Tyreek Hill has been gone, it's like, this might be the season the Chiefs fall apart because they don't have a receiver. This might be the season the Chiefs fall apart because if you leave D-Hop open, he's just going to hit D-Hop. D-Hop didn't do much this game. You leave Xavier Worthy open, he's going to feed Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy looked phenomenal
You
this
leave
game.
Juju. You leave Juju. Juju had himself a big catch early on in this game, like a 30-some yarder. So shout outs to Juju. And he got up and celebrated his ass off winning the first down. So shout outs to you, Juju. Shout outs to you. I know that's your guy.
Juju had, as you said, that first catch, and I was like, yeah, Juju, because I was hating hard as hell on the Chiefs, because my dad, whole life, my dad's been like a secondary Chiefs fan. He's a diehard Browns fan, but even when like they still had Alex Smith, he was like I'm a secondary Chiefs fan, so he's been rooting for him for a while. And he was rooting for the Chiefs, and I was rooting for the Bills. And Juju catches it, and I'm like, yes, go! I love Juju! And he catches the second pass, does the same thing, catches it running left, spins around, runs right, runs out of bounds. Man, just to see Juju coming from New England and going back to the Chiefs and just making big plays like this, it makes me so happy. But Pat Mahomes doesn't care who he's giving the ball to, as long as it's getting them down the field. Matter. Travis Kelce, maybe he had more late in this game, but at one point he had 3 targets, 1 reception for 8 yards.
He finished with 4 targets, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Did nothing. And it doesn't matter. Another big thing in this game, I talked about Joe Brady and Sean McDermott, and us two have talked about this earlier in the season. James Cook. And you said your dad is a huge James Cook guy. What the fuck happened? Where did he go? I think it was like in the last 9 minutes.
They were feeding the hell out of him.
In the last 9 minutes, James Cook didn't get a touch in that game, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And we've talked about this throughout the season. It's like, What James Cook has been having such a great game. Why the fuck is Ray Davis getting minutes over him? Why is Ty Johnson getting a bunch of more plays over him? It's like, what are we doing here? And for James Cook to have such a good game, to be there whenever the Bills needed him, he had 2 touchdowns in this game. And then for him to not get a single stat for the last 9 minutes of the game, not a play drawn up for him. You have all these 4th downs or 3rd and shorts, and you want to run this tush push. Why not just give it to James Cook a couple of times? I promise you, he'll be good enough to get 1 yard on 2 plays. I promise you. But you decide to run these tush pushes or give it to your backup running backs when you have James Cook right there. If I'm James Cook walking away from this game, I'm pissed. I am pissed. I'm livid because for me not to get, maybe I don't get as many touches as I want. I didn't get a single touch down the wire of this game. It's not like this game was a blowout and we had to just air it out. We lost by 3. So I could have still been effective in this game, whether it been the run game or the short passing game. But I don't get a single touch in the last 9 to 10 minutes of this game. I'd be pissed if I'm James Cook.
He had 134 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it was all in like the first half.
Yeah. And we've seen this so many times with them and James Cook. It's like, oh, you have a great first half. You're going to have 3 plays for you in the second half. And it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
But back to the tush push, as much as you were on Joe Brady and Sean McDermott for it, I think a lot of the blame has to go to Josh Allen because you see Mark Andrews run it and you see Jalen Hurts run it and they get that bitch and they go straight forward immediately. Josh Allen, every single time, he takes his little stutter step left and then he tries to go forward. Just go forward. And you saw at the one point he gets the ball and he just dives over top and he ends up fumbling. So it was unfortunate. But
yeah, and the Bills fumbled I think it was 4 or 5 times in this game. And they recovered every single one of them. Every single one of them. And I want to say, as far as the refs and the Chiefs go, I'm kind of over that because it's like
this game wasn't bad.
At what point do we say maybe the Chiefs are just that fucking good? Maybe it's no matter what we do, the Chiefs were just gonna win regardless. The Chiefs were just the better team. Because you have that last play or whatever where Josh Allen looks like he gets it over, but it's not definitive, so they can't change it to say Josh Allen got the first down. But it's like, at what point do we say enough with the refs and just say Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are just that team? They are just head and shoulders above everybody else, especially in the AFC. There's just nobody that can fuck with them. No matter what happens, they're just gonna find a way to win. So I am completely over saying, oh, the Chiefs and the refs, they find a way. The refs are always going to rig it for the Chiefs. I'm done with that because no matter what we try to say against the Chiefs, last season, mid-season, if you asked anybody last year who's winning the Super Bowl, nobody would have said the Chiefs with the way they looked. Hell, this year they were undefeated until the Bills beat them. If you would have asked somebody mid-season when they were 9-0, 10-0, nah, the Chiefs don't look that good. This is the worst team they had in a while. No Rashee Rice now, no way they go on to the Super Bowl. And what do you know? Here they are in the Super Bowl yet again. So I'm over the Chiefs and the ref narrative and all that shit. I get it. Sometimes Patrick Mahomes will flop and do all of that. But it's like he's just inevitable. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to go through Patrick Mahomes if you want to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm just going to enjoy Patrick Mahomes while we have him and the Chiefs dynasty while we have him. Because like I said earlier, I've always said if it's not the Niners, boy, the Chiefs can go and win every single one of them if they want to. So I'm just going to enjoy the Chiefs winning because I don't want to look back in 10 years, 15 years when Patrick Mahomes is retired and he's he's the GOAT now and it's like, fuck, I was just hating because of the refs and all this shit, looking back on the Chiefs being like, damn, I missed out because I was just hate watching them, thinking the refs rigged it for them. Roger Goodell had it out for every other team that wasn't named the Chiefs. So I'm over the Chiefs and the ref narrative. Patrick Mahomes is just the best quarterback in football. Andy Reid is just the best fucking coach in football. Travis Kelce's the best tight end ever. And there's just nothing you can do to stop them. They're just the best team in the league. Yes, Travis Kelce's the best tight end ever. He's better than Gronk. Yes, he is. And it shouldn't be up for debate anymore. Travis Kelce's the best tight end ever.
No, the fuck he ain't.
He is. He is.
No, he's not.
Okay, whatever you say, he is.
Travis is just lucky Gronk retired so early.
Oh my gosh. Travis Kelce's the best tight end ever.
We can say he's the second best.
No. I think that's disrespectful to call Travis Kelce the second best tight end ever. I think he's the best. And I don't think it's up for debate. If you would
Well,
have,
I
if
think
you would
you're
ask me,
extremely wrong.
if you would ask me 3 years ago, sure, it's a debate. But in 2025, Travis Kelce is the undisputed best tight end ever.
I think it is disputed.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. You're perfectly fine to think that way. I just think Travis Kelce is the GOAT of all tight ends.
And that's all cool and everything. I'm just telling you that you're just wrong.
Okay,
so.
that again, that's fine. That is fine. That is fine.
I like the conversation of the Chiefs. Like the refs were a big topic early in the season, and it turned into like something has to be going on over here with the Chiefs. They got devil magic or something.
Mm-hmm.
I like that conversation. I think we go back to that and figure out what's going on with them over there.
And it's like last year whenever it was, or the year before, when the Chiefs beat the Bills last time they beat them, it was like, oh, now we got to change the overtime rules. And now this time the Chiefs beat them, and it's like, we need a microchip on the ball so we can see where the ball was spotted, not just so the ref can run down the line and put the ball down wherever he wants, when that's how the NFL has been for the last fucking 100 years. And now that the Chiefs are winning Super Bowls, it's like, yeah, we need a microchip on the ball. People were showing screenshots of tennis, how tennis can see when the tennis ball hits the line. It's like, how does the NFL not have something like this to see someone got the first down? It's like the fact that you guys want all of this new technology, all this fucking AI, microchips, and all this other shit to see whether a team got a first down or not. Just look yourself in the mirror and just admit the Chiefs are just like that. And no matter what happened, the Chiefs, we're going to be here regardless. If you have to go to that lengths and say the NFL needs to change rules that have been in place since the inception of the NFL, it's like we're doing this strictly because of one man, and it's Patrick Mahomes. The fact that he has NFL fans up in arms over, I've said all I need to say. Patrick Mahomes, bro, go win it all. Go win it all, man.
Let's talk about this last play of the game. Steve Spagnuolo.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best in the league, right? Defensive coordinator wise.
I would say so. Robert Saleh.
He's. I would like you to take that back.
I take it back.
Steve Spagnuolo is brilliant. He coached a very good game the entire time, but that last play, he waits all game to send this fancy blitz. Mm-hmm. He leaves the safeties back to make Josh Allen think not a lot of pressure coming.
And sorry, Josh Allen talked about this after the game. He said they fooled him because he told the offensive line to slide left when they were supposed to slide right. So Steve Spagnuolo had his brain all, just fumbling because Josh Allen didn't know what was coming at him. So shout out to the Chiefs and their defense.
And they came right down the middle, so it didn't even really matter. Mm-hmm. But they sent the corner blitz and they had pressure everywhere on him. And there was
literally everywhere.
There was a lot of discourse where like, why didn't you throw the little swing to Khalil Shakir? Because he was wide open. He probably gets the first down. But he's facing this way. Like, Shakir is back here.
It's stupid, yeah.
They're right here, dog. These are 300-pound dudes in your face. You're not turning around and making that play unless you're just flipping it over your head like the one dude who just caught it and tipped it over his head in the basketball game. I don't remember who that was.
He played for the Jazz. It was against the Thunder. I know what game. I know what you're talking about. Shit, I'm not going to know who it was. Yeah.
But he just launches it up to Dalton Kincaid. And yeah, it was a bit of a duck. And Kincaid got his hands on it, but it's neither one of their problems. Neither one of their faults at all.
People trying to get on Dalton Kincaid. It's like a catch. He probably, he's probably thinking to himself like, damn, I should have caught that. And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, he not should have, but like he could have. But I'm not getting on him. It's not like how Mark Andrews dropped that 2-point conversion. It's like Josh Allen throws up and shout out to Josh Allen, by the way, for you to have all that pressure you're running around to even give your guy a chance just on a prayer. Shout outs to you. But Dalton Kincaid had to come back to it. It was, we had to die for it. So I'm not putting too much on him for not catching that ball. He could have came up with it, but I'm not killing him for not.
Also, shout out to Mark Andrews, as you mentioned. He posted on Instagram, and it was like, he just talked about the play and like how he was regretful of what happened, but he still was shouting at everybody. And cool to see him being okay with.
Yeah, and the Bills fans like donated to his charity or whatever, like $30K. I seen something like that after he had that drop. So shout out to the Bills fans. And yeah, man. So Super Bowl matchup, we got the Chiefs and the Eagles, a rematch of a couple of years ago. Bills and Commanders, you both had great seasons, but we'll be seeing you next year. And for the Bills, I really think you guys got to just get some more weapons around Josh Allen, I think. But not even necessarily. I think this may be also a defensive problem as well. They did have some a couple of injuries in the secondary, so maybe just work on the secondary and maybe get another weapon for Josh Allen. That's what it looks like is going to be the case. That's what they should be targeting in the offseason, because for Amari Cooper to have 4 catches and 33 yards and this probably be his best game of the playoffs is ridiculous. So, yeah.
I think Keon Coleman will develop to being cool for them, but yeah, they just need a true number one guy.
Just a guy, yeah.
And there's going to be the discourse until the Super Bowl's over. Andy Reid's the most winningest coach of all time for both of these organizations, and it's cool. But we already did this last time they played. So
ago, yeah.
Let's talk about the teams that are no longer in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some coordinator hiring, some coach hirings. I just want to run you through pretty much everything that's happened so far. If it matters, we can talk about it. If it doesn't, it can just be a mention and move on.
Sure.
A couple weeks ago, we talked, not even a couple, last week we talked about Mike Vrabel. He brings in all his guys. We talked about how we like to see new coaches revamp their entire system and bring in who they like. And Ben Johnson comes from Detroit, and the guys he likes, he brings with him. He brings his coordinator from Denver. He signs 28-year-old
Declan. Like that, right?
He signs 28-year-old Declan Doyle, the tight end coach from Denver, to be his offensive coordinator. He thinks that he's going to be one of the more brilliant minds in football that he can kind of mold until he's ready to go his own way. And then he signs Dennis Allen as his defensive coordinator, the Saints ex-coach who isn't going to get another chance to be a head coach, so he'll pretty much have him as long as he wants. Mm-hmm. And I do believe he's an intelligent defensive mind, so I think that's a good hire as well. He brings Antoine Randall to be his assistant head coach. And Detroit fans were really upset about this because he was riding with them super hard, and it's like, oh, so this shit didn't matter at all to you, huh, Antoine? And it's like he's getting a job promotion, guys. Come on. But he's their new receiver coach over there, and he's their new assistant head coach. And then they also got a new quarterback coach. He was an assistant quarterback coach in Detroit. He's now the official quarterback coach in Chicago. Mm-hmm. I wasn't a big fan of him, but he's one of the greatest Ohio State Buckeyes of all time. JT Barrett, shouts out to you. Love you. Hope that goes well for you. We get an official hire from the Las Vegas Raiders. They signed Pete Carroll. And I text Turlins immediately, and I was like, I didn't see this one coming.
So out of nowhere, because I know Pete Carroll and the Cowboys have talked, but I didn't even think about Pete Carroll and the Raiders. And he had his little press conference today, and Marshawn Lynch was there, and he was rooting for him. So that was cool. Yeah, that was cool to see. But that division and their head coaches, it's the best head coach division by far. It is Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll, and Jim Harbaugh. That is ridiculous. And now it's again for Jim Harbaugh. You got away from Pete Carroll in the NFC West because the Seahawks and Pete Carroll will always on your ass, always give you fits. So now for him to come back to the NFL and come back to your division, I know Jim Harbaugh's pissed. But yeah, man, that division just based off of head coaches is elite.
And we never talked about it, but they also officially hired their GM. They got John Spytek from Tampa Bay. He was their assistant GM over there, so he apparently has ties with Tom. And I don't know how true it is, but there's been some reports that Tom's pulling a lot of the strings for the Raiders right now. And I was so confident they were going to get Ben Johnson, but they end up with Pete Carroll. And for as long as Pete Carroll wants to be there, I think he will be a good head coach.
I think this is good because you struck out on those young guys, so you go get a proven guy in Pete Carroll. It's like you don't have your quarterback, so it's a good thing you didn't go out and get a young guy and then use him as a scapegoat in 3 years when you finally get your guy. But it's like, oh, you haven't done shit for the past 2 years, so we're firing you, bringing in a new guy. So you get Pete Carroll, you know what he is, you know he's going to establish a culture over there when you don't have your guy. So I think this is a formula teams should be using. It's like, if you don't have your guy and you can't bring in these young studs, these young coordinators to become head coaches, go get a proven guy who can maybe build a culture over there before you go and get your guy.
Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys, who we have been on their ass the entire offseason. And they had scheduled interviews with these other guys. And Jerry Jones comes out and he was like, yeah, we looked into these other guys, but we never really cared about them. We liked Brian Schottenheimer. We think that he knows the system already. He knows the culture. He knows what we want to do. So they promote their offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, to be their new head coach. He will continue to call plays for them. They bring in Matt Eberflus, who tanked as the head coach in Chicago, but I think he's a decent defensive mind as well, to be their new defensive coordinator. Mike Zimmer is moving on from the team and is likely to retire, which is sad because, head coach for the Vikings for all them years. I loved Mike Zimmer. Absolutely skull. And then they also bring in Nick Sorensen as their special teams coordinator, former Niner defensive coordinator. The Seattle Seahawks.
No, sorry. The Cowboys.
Sorry.
They deserve some fucking flack. And it's not because Brian Schottenheimer is gonna go in there and be just some fucking hot ass. I've seen a lot of people saying that. It's not that he's gonna go in there and just be ass. It's the fact
that the way they did things.
You spent all this time with Mike McCarthy. Just don't even give yourself a chance to interview these other guys. And now we just settle with fucking bringing up a new guy, just bringing up one of our own guys. And I heard another point, reasoning for of this was we didn't want Dak Prescott to have to learn a new system. Are you fucking kidding me? He's not a fucking 2-year guy. Dak Prescott's been in the league. He's been an MVP candidate before. He's thrown for 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns. He'll be just fine. We didn't want Dak Prescott to learn a new offense. Jerry Jones, bro, get out of the fucking front office, whatever you are, ownership. Just go live the rest of your life and let someone else handle this. Please, continue.
Yeah, they did everything terribly. The Seattle Seahawks get their guy. You know, they got a DC recently too, correct? Or was that not them? But they get Clint Kubiak as their new offensive coordinator, and
former
the Niner. The New Orleans Saints are now the only team without their head coach.
It seems like everybody's just staying away from that job. Like nobody wants that job, bro.
And it is insane because Dennis Allen was fired like 9 months ago. They had the curve on everyone else to schedule out who they wanted, to try to get anybody. And now here they are looking like idiots.
I can't blame anyone for not wanting that job. You're in salary cap hell. You're on you're going to a team that doesn't know their identity, doesn't know what they want to be, doesn't know who your quarterback of the future is. Like they don't know if they want to sell the team or just be buyers, sellers. Are they just going to try to be middle of the pack like they always are? Are they finally going to buy into this rebuild? You just don't know the direction of this team. So I can't blame any candidates for not wanting to go there. That's the team I would have stayed away from the most if I'm anybody else. And that's exactly what they did.
I saw that Aaron and Glenn requested their GM to be fired for him to like have a chance to go in there, and they declined him. So it was like, I don't really want to be here then because I don't have faith that he's going to do things the proper way. And Frosty, love you to death. Any other Saints fans out there, I feel bad for y'all, man. Because
I think the Saints next 5 years, I think they have one of the bleakest futures in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Their next 5 years, I think it's going to be a tough watch. I really do think it is.
Please get Chris Olave out of there, please. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions. They've had a lot poached away from them, but they officially call up their new defensive coordinator. They bring up Kelvin Shepard, their former linebacker coach. Cool to see them stay in house, yeah. Stay in house, yeah. They had so much talent on that staff, dude. And I think that's going to be a big reason why the Bears make a jump next year because they're just bringing in a lot of intelligent guys over there. One I didn't see coming is the Houston Texans fire Bobby Slowick just out of nowhere. I mean, D'Amico Ryans talked about him, and it was like, yeah, he had like one sentence, kind of, and it was like, yeah, he was okay.
I guess I didn't see it coming, yes, but I didn't see it and was like, whoa, like it was just so crazy. But I didn't think it would happen, but I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see it and think it was just like the most shocking thing ever.
It's not the most shocking thing ever, but at the same time, it is shocking because last coaching carousel, he was one of the hotter names on the market.
It's crazy how it can change from year to year. You have a down season and now nobody wants you and your own team doesn't even want you. But the year before, it's like, fuck, I could have went and got a head coaching job, but I decided to stick around. CJ Stroud just had this great rookie year and I'm sticking around to, continue to develop with him. And then now he has a down season and now it portrays bad on you. And, not that you were phenomenal, but it portrays bad on you. And now it's like how the roles have just completely flipped in one off season.
Maybe he goes over there with Baker and is their new OC. And I saw that Houston wants Chip Kelly from Ohio State, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Chip Kelly. Former
Chip
Niner.
Kelly has bounced around so much, man.
Man, what a season of fucking hell.
I'm not a big fan of him either. I didn't like him at Ohio State that much. I love what the New England Patriots are doing. They've filled out most of their staff at this point, but they bring in Thomas Brown, who was literally a head coach all season, to be their new tight end coach. And I think that's a big step down for him, but a big get for their organization. So, shouts out to you. And then coaches we already talked about getting hired had their first pressers. We had Liam Cohen and Aaron Glenn.
Duval.
One of them, I think, had a very good impression. One of them, I think, had a very bad impression.
Yeah. I was.
Liam Cohen just looked cringy as hell up there,
He
dog.
definitely did, and he had the one where he was like, "All right, I'm turning around," and everybody's screaming out Duval, and it was just like, oh man, it was tough to watch. And not that this is gonna portray how he's gonna be as a coach, but like you said, it definitely was just a little cringy. Yeah.
And it doesn't help the fact of how he did everything either. Just kind of ghosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and then coming over here and signing. Yeah, not a good taste in the mouth right now. But Aaron Glenn had a quote. He said, "Put on your seatbelts and get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit." And I said it last episode, if Aaron Glenn fails as a head coach, then I don't know how to analyze coordinators anymore, because I think that he's going to be phenomenal, dog. That's all I got for you for that. You got anything else football-wise to talk about before we move on?
No, sir.
Last couple things we have is a short small talk, and then we're bringing it back. We got the Worldwide Wrestling Waffle. So we'll cut you guys out who don't like wrestling once we get there to just go ahead and have a good night. But we got the Rumble on Saturday. We had Saturday Night Main Event this Saturday, so we'll talk about everything. I said every episode, shout out Madison Green. She hooped yesterday. She had 11 points. She was like 4 for 5. Chance Gray been struggling a little bit, so she took some of her minutes. Jelani Cameron's been not struggling, but she kind of soft a little bit. She just misses games for no reason. So, but Madison Green, there's 3 seconds left in the first half. She catches the ball. She's running left, and she just throws up her prayer, and it banks in, and she's like, and then it's like 14 minutes go by in the halftime, and it's like she actually stepped out of bounds, so it doesn't count. It's like, damn, that was cool for no reason. But she did still play good, so shouts out Madison, love you. Moving on to small talk. Just before we started, I was looking at my little thing here, and I saw small talk, and I said, "Holy shit, I don't have anything." So these might be quick conversations. They might not. I was going to say, have you ever seen the movie Bucket List? But I'd be pretty certain that you haven't.
Absolutely not.
But you know what a bucket list is.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, sorry to cut you off before we get too deep into small talk. There was a movie I watched over the weekend with my friends. It's a horror movie, but not really a horror movie, but I thought it was really good. Before I Wake. It's on Netflix. If you want to watch that, I think it was actually a really good movie. I think it tied in really well. It brought back, there was an overarching story, and it brought it back and tied it at the end really well. So I'm not a movie guy, but I really enjoyed this movie, so I think you should give it a watch.
Interesting. You watched a movie this weekend, huh?
With my friends, yes. I was at my friend's house and I watched the movie. Yeah. Not
for
Vanessa,
everybody out there that was tuned in. We were supposed to review Focus today, but that's not happening. That's gonna get moved to who knows. Who knows? But back to the bucket list. Would you say you have one or have anything that not that you want to do necessarily before you die or anything, but just stuff that I don't think I ever do it, but people that travel through all 50 states, I think that's something super cool.
I'm not a huge travel guy. People always ask me do you want to go out the country and stuff like that? I'm not a huge travel guy. I just don't really care to travel much, to be honest. But I mean, going to different states is cool, and it would be cool. But I wouldn't say it's a bucket list thing. And I don't really know if I have any huge bucket list things. Any bucket list thing I have is pretty small and attainable. It's not huge end life goals. To go to a fucking Niners game or something like that. That's not a bucket list thing. So I really don't know if I have anything on my bucket list per se.
That's a bucket list thing.
I guess, but I don't know if I really have anything on my bucket list. So no, I guess I'm sorry. I don't have much for you on that one. I do not.
You don't gotta be sorry. I've always wanted to not necessarily go to all 50 states, but I think going to either all 32 or all 30 NBA stadiums would be cool. Seeing a game from every perspective.
Stay at the stadium like that one dude.
I would never do that. I would never ever do that.
Is he still
people
doing
coming
that?
up to you. I have no
Oh,
idea.
okay.
I don't know how he did that. There was some videos and he was like, "Yeah, I've been here for an hour and 2 minutes," and it's like, just go home.
Just go home. No, literally, just go home. Yeah, I feel you.
Other thing. What's the word? Like pet peeves. You got any like big pet peeves of yourself?
About myself?
No, like you have pet peeves.
Yeah, I do. The one that came to mind instantly is somebody playing the victim. Like I hate it. Vanessa, she'll play the victim and I hate that shit so much. It's like I'm the bad guy because I just expressed my feelings, and it's like, okay, fine, sorry, I'm such a fucking a burden. Sorry, I made you feel like that, and it's just like, oh my gosh, bro, it pisses me off so much. So playing the victim is one of my biggest pet peeves. I definitely have some other ones, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. So yeah, I just playing the victim. I hate. I despise it so much because it's like
it makes me check.
Like we're just having a conversation and you immediately just try to flip it and just make it seem like I'm the bad guy. I hate it. I hate it.
It makes me chuckle that you call her Vanessa now. Like it's not even like who's a.
It's just like just
sports related
now. Yeah.
Sports related and the same thing is not even sports. It's just like social media. Man, I really like apples. What's wrong with oranges?
Yeah,
like that whole conversation. It is annoying.
I feel you.
I've always hated. You got any about yourself?
Something I hate that. No, I think I'm just the perfect guy. So no,
I would agree with that.
No.
I've always hated when people mock me, dog. My mom does it all the time. Where I'm just like having a conversation and she just does something. It's like I don't even want to talk to you right now. I'd really just like to punch you in the fucking head because you piss me off. But
all right.
Not my mother. Sorry, not my mother, but like other people I'm talking to and they mock me.
Yeah. About myself,
because violence is always the solution.
Mm-hmm. About myself, there definitely probably are some, but like, so you're asking me like things like that I should be better at, like kinda,
yeah. If you don't have any off the top of your head, you don't have to force any. I was just curious.
Yeah, if it comes to me, I'll bring it up, but I don't know. Like I don't want to make myself seem like I just have nothing wrong with me. There definitely are, but it's not coming to mind. So yeah, I don't know.
The one that comes to mind to me is one that I've talked about several times, and when I'm in that damn bed in the morning.
I did it today. Bro, I had the alarmy thing. I had my alarm set for 10:30. 10:30, I wake up, roll over, my alarm's going off, the alarmy thing's going off, so I unlock my phone. I have it the one where it's like you have to memorize the thing, and it ain't shit. It's like literally not shit. It's 3 little blocks, you just gotta press where they were. So, bro, I flip my phone over, roll over in bed, I do it real quick, put my phone right back down, and mind you, I set the alarm for 10:30. I wake up, next thing I know, it's 2 p.m. Bro, and if I would have just gotten up, because I told myself today I want to meal prep before I go to work. I want to go to the gym before I go to work so I don't have to do it after the pod. It's like, bro, I can get so much stuff done before I go to work if I just wake up earlier on Mondays now. And I wake up at 10:30, and the thing is, it's like I didn't wake up and I was just like so groggy. Like I kind of woke up just fine, but it was just like hearing the sound of hearing the sound of the alarm just fucking pissed me off. So I hurry up and turn that shit off and I told my friend this the other day. It's like I laid back down and I wasn't even tired, but the fact that I laid back down for so long, I just ended up going back to sleep. It's not even like I was just so groggy and so tired. I was just like, oh, I'll just lay back down for a little bit. And I fell right back to sleep, bro. And I didn't need the sleep. I just did it because I was just stayed in bed.
It pisses me off most when I wake up for that second time, and I'm thinking back to when I woke up originally, and it's like, I wasn't tired. I could have easily just started my day, but the thought of not being awake was a better thought than being awake to me. So I just went back to bed.
No.
And am I bogus for paying for premium? Because I think I'm gonna get the premium alarm to where because there's one where like your alarm goes off and it continues to go off until you do so many steps. So like, you could set it for like 100 steps, and
boy, that shit would piss me off. Now that would piss me off
for sure. But
I
would be up.
Boy, I would get that 100 steps and be like, all right, let me just hop back in the bed or something, bro. So
if I did them 100 steps and went back to sleep, I might hate myself forever, man.
How much is premium?
I think it's $30 a year.
Oh, a year? And you can only do that? There's no like monthly option?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it super much.
So I guess that's not bad for $30 a year, but I would hope you're getting your money's worth and you're actually using it and actually getting up. Because if you buy it for you to just say fuck it, get my 100 steps and lay back down, I'd be pissed for you.
Because it's $30 isn't like life changing, but $30 if I'm not utilizing is just gonna upset me because it's an alarm app. I shouldn't have to. That's the thing.
The
I
fact
shouldn't
that we're
have
coming to the
to spend
exactly coming to
$30 to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's like it literally happened to me today, and it's like because I'll close my eyes, and it's not like I close my eyes for another 5 to 10 minutes. I close my eyes, and 3 hours have gone by, so it just pisses me off. And it's when I lay back down, knowing I'm not even tired, but it's like, well, shit, what else am I gonna do? It's like, fuck it, I may as well just lay down for a little bit, and my eyes close again, and the next thing you know, it's fucking 2 p.m. It just pisses me off so much because if I would have just gotten up, I could have gotten so much done.
I don't understand myself, like my body in the mornings, but I'm appreciative of it because I fall back asleep every single morning. Mm-hmm. But like 8:45 hits and my body is like, you got to get up right now, man, or you're gonna be super late for work. And I'm supposed to be there at 9, but I get there at like 9:15 every day because I won't go to work without taking a shower. But it's like,
that's
just get up, Brady.
When I work the morning shift, on the rare occasion, like my manager's like, hey, can you come in the morning? We need help in the morning because I only work nights. But whenever I work the morning, that's the thing. I wake up just fine. I don't need the extra 5 or 10 minutes when I have to wake up for work or in the morning or something. But if it's like I don't have work until 4 p.m. or something, or I'm off that day completely, I'm not gonna fucking get up. But when I have work, it's like I'm up and it's not even like I'm fucking groggy. I'm up and ready to start the day, ready to go. So it pissed it. Like I was so pissed at myself today. So pissed.
I have noticed that like if you have something you have to do like at work, you're going to be on time for work. If it's just another day, I don't care if I'm 10, 15 minutes late. They're going to be there regardless. Those planes ain't moving.
Yeah, I got to get better.
If you're not a WWE fan and you don't give a damn what we're about to talk about, we appreciate you for watching this far. We love you. Leave a comment, leave a like, as we were saying. If you are a WWE fan, we're going to get into the Waffle now. And that's that. Mm-hmm. We had Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
On Saturday. Mm-hmm. And it's about 7:55. And I was thinking, like, I don't really want to watch another episode of Better Call Saul, but I don't know what else to turn on. And I was like, damn, Herlin's told me it was 8 o'clock for Saturday night main event. It was perfect timing. And I texted you, I was like, I'm locked in. You want to set everything up or you want me to? Yeah. We have Rhea Ripley.
All right.
And Nia Jax. The top 3 most attractive in the WWE versus someone I cannot stand. Mm-hmm. And man, mommy always on top.
Yeah. Really good match. Because they had a match. They had a match in 2024 at the Elimination Chamber, and it wasn't good at all. And but they had a really good match on Saturday. Yeah.
I think it was even better because Rhea was just doing stuff that
some crazy stuff. Yeah, she was pulling out some crazy moves.
And I love that about her because a lot of the top people just do their like 5 moves and move on. She's still like trying to learn stuff. Like she pulled off one thing in this match, and it was like I think it was a Zelina Vega move, and
like that twirl around DDT. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like her legs were like attached to Rhea's or Nia's head, and yeah. But this is a very good match. I think this story is probably over, though. You know,
Nia always some one-off thing. Yeah. That's what I've come to realize with Saturday night's main event. Not that it's not canon, but it's like you really don't have to watch it. If you're watching the Raws and SmackDowns, you honestly don't need to watch Saturday night's main event. You can honestly miss it because whatever happens on that show, they've only had 2 so far ever since it's come back. And it just doesn't seem like it's like anything monumental. It feels like it's somewhat for like just to get people back into the WWE or get people into the WWE for the first time. So it just doesn't feel like it's something that you have to watch if you're already somebody that's watching every week.
Next up, we have Braun Breaker and Sheamus.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad Sheamus didn't win here because I hope Sheamus wins it at WrestleMania. I will say that. Pretty decent match. They had Jesse Ventura on the commentary table for this match. I thought it was pretty good, but like I said, I'm glad Sheamus didn't win here. I'm glad Braun Breaker won here. Because Sheamus, I think, should win at a bigger stage, whether it was when they debuted on Netflix or WrestleMania.
I knew Sheamus was gonna lose though, because he was looking really good, and the dude that was commentating, he kept going, "Oh, Sheamus got the 3. Sheamus won it.
Yeah, how
Sheamus
the
won
ref
it.
was
Sheamus is
slow on
gonna
the
win
count.
it."
He went a little too high. Yeah, Jesse Ventura. Yeah.
You say you think Sheamus is gonna win at WrestleMania. I just don't understand how they're
I
gonna
don't think he
realistically
is, but I think that's where it should
want him
happen
to.
if he wins. Yeah.
I don't know how they get it back to him having a
Feel
chance at
Yeah,
the
it feels
title
like
again.
him and Braun have done it so many times. Him and Braun have been in this little situation so many times. And on Raw tonight, they had Penta, had a little interaction with Braun Breaker. So I don't know if they're gonna go back to Sheamus, but hopefully Sheamus gets that Intercontinental Championship before he retires because that'll make him a Grand Slam champion, and he definitely deserves it. Yeah,
he's a Hall of Famer regardless.
absolutely, absolutely.
We got the contract signing with Cody and KO, and Cody was like, "Shut the fuck up, Kevin. Just sign the contract," and then he gets super kicked. So whatever.
Yeah, it was cool.
We got Fatu and Braun Strowman. I did not care a sliver about this match.
This is exactly what I expected. I didn't think the match would end in somebody getting a pinfall or whatever, or 1, 2, 3. I definitely expected that it was gonna end in some just DQ. Somebody's whooping each other's ass, and that's exactly what happened.
Somebody gonna get the ass kicked.
Shout out Mark Henry.
And Braun Strowman wasn't moving very well, man. It made me sad.
Shout out, yeah, when he was running around and doing that little move, and then Jacob hit him threw him onto the announce table. Yeah, you could tell his knees are shot, but shout out to him for still, even trying. But yeah, but I used to be a Braun Strowman like hater, but he's been pretty decent these past couple of months with him, and he had that whole thing with him and Bronson Reed, and now him and Jacob Fatu is interesting. So shout out to Braun Strowman. But the main event,
I loved him with Ricochet.
Yeah, because it's just the dynamic of him, the big guy and the small guy. The athletic freak like Ricochet just jumping around, and the big monster, yeah. The main event. The main event. I think I texted you. I think I texted Dark, and I texted my brother, and I texted Kai too. And I was like, "Are we eating tonight? Is this the night he does it?" And how many times is Triple H and the WWE gonna do it to us? Jey Uso has the entrance where the whole fucking building is shaking because they're all yeeting. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are on the announce table dancing their asses
all
off.
over the place.
We're yeeting all over all the place. Cole, well, I only have one suit, so don't yeet all over me and shit like that. But every single time they get our hopes up and Jey Uso's finally gonna do it, he never gets it done. Ever. So it's like, how long are they gonna wait until Jey Uso gets his moment? He got his moment with the IC title, but with how over he was in the summer, there's no reason why Jey Uso, even if it was gonna be for a month stretch, has not been a world champion yet. It doesn't make any sense because even today on Monday Night Raw, he's coming out with Travis Scott, fucking smoking a blunt on fucking Raw. He comes out with Quavo today, and the building just goes crazy every single time he comes out. He's coming out with rappers, and they just never.
Bro, you moved to Netflix. You moved to this big ass company. He's, for people that never watched it before, he's your biggest star.
You would think he's the best wrestler on the planet with the entrance he gets. Today on fucking Raw, he had like a 9-minute entrance, spoke for a minute.
Long as hell.
Spoke for a minute and was out of there. Just got right back to dancing. Like the longest entrance to say 3 sentences. And then that was it. Just to show our card and be like, look at what we have here in Jey Uso. Just his entrance alone just gets the biggest pop of the night. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna be in the Rumble. Yeet. Exactly. I'm gonna throw everybody out. Yeet.
Exactly. And right back to playing his music and everybody's doing it again. Like, it's just like, if not now, when? Because realistically, I didn't see it happening. There was like maybe like a fucking 5% chance like Jey Uso pulls this off. Obviously, I was rooting for him, but I just didn't think it would happen this close to the Rumble and this close to Mania. But it's like, at some point, he just has to get it. He has to. And I hope they just don't wait too long. And then it's like, oh, we're kind of cool on Jey Uso. We don't really care anymore. He doesn't have the same height. He has to get
39 years old. It's not like he's a young pup. He doesn't have a lot of time left.
He has to, man.
The biggest in the world not being a champion is
but I wasn't surprised by him not winning this match, though.
I wasn't either. He just looks so damn good. And for them to keep building and keep building, it's like, uh-oh, Gunther might lose now.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not a Gunther guy either, so that makes it even worse.
Oh, I fuck with him heavy. This heavy World Heavyweight Championship run hasn't been amazing. Yeah, than his IC for sure. But I still love Gunther. I definitely do. I think his run hasn't been like amazing, but I think that's not because of him. I think because his first fucking 3 opponents have been people we've already seen. It was Sami Zayn. We saw him and Sami Zayn at Mania. It was Damian Priest. We saw them at SummerSlam. Who else did he? I feel like there's one more person I mentioned. They had him and Damian Priest and Finn Balor. It's like, come on, are we serious? Like, he's not losing to either one of them. And now you have Jey Uso. It's just like, like it just missed me with these feuds. So hopefully going into Mania, he has someone new, whether it's like Cena, Punk, or whoever else is gonna be. Somebody new.
You know he's gonna lose too.
Don't even fucking say it. I'd be down to even see him and Logan Paul match, but Logan Paul better not come close to it.
Well, it's the big show.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Hurls a Small Show. We're not even gonna get into the fucking Royal Rumble shit because this, bro, the Big Show. Let's not even go there. Continue.
We had Monday Night Raw today. Gunther starts this episode out. Nope, I lied. Seth Rollins starts this episode out. Whoa. Bro, I love Seth Rollins so much.
I do too.
And he's out there. I'm going to throw this guy out. I'm going to throw Sheamus out. I'm going to throw John Cena out. And then he says Gunther. Gunther comes out, interrupts him. They talk for a while. It's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then here comes the GOAT. Logan Paul comes out, interrupts them. And that pop was insane.
They booed the hell out of him.
They booed the hell out of him. He walking out, that little kid got the Connor better than Logan sign. He rips it in half, goes to the ring. And this is the first time I can say I've ever seen someone say, I'm going to throw one person out. Because they're always like, I'm going to throw everybody in there out of the arena. He was like, no, I just got to be smart and throw one person out, and I'm going to win the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't more people do that? Just be more realistic. But he not gonna win it.
Absolutely.
We got Sammy confronting CM Punk again. Mm-hmm. Bro, I loved Sammy like 2 years ago. I don't really care what he's doing.
That's what anymore. Sami Zayn has kind of gotten old to me at this point, and I've been saying this for a while. It's like every time he comes out, he's kind of changed it up a little bit recently, I will say, but it's always been I'm the underdog. Every time I get knocked down, I got
the big heart.
Every time I get knocked down, I just bounce right back up. It's kind of the same thing. It's just rinse and repeat.
He's just Rocky.
So yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of just. I've just been turned off by it for a while now. So hopefully he just does something else, comes up with something different, and because it's like Sami Zayn in the ring, I don't mind, but it's like on the mic, it seems like it's just the same promo every single time.
We just talked about the second best heel in the company in Logan Paul. The best heel in the company in his tag team match against the War Raiders. They fail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the War Raiders at all, dog.
I don't really, but shout out to JD McDonough. I don't know if you saw that spot where he did like that moonsault and hit his head crazy on the fucking announce table. Like he banged his head, and that's why he was passed out in the back, like backstage, kind of where you saw it. Yeah, like he hit his head crazy on the announce table. So shout out to him for still continuing the match. I don't got shit else to say here either.
There was a shit ton of celebrities at this.
They've been doing that ever since they've went to fucking Raw. It's like, hey, look at who else we got in the house. Kai Cenat's making his entrance. Quavo, Lil Baby, fucking Lil Yachty, like just a million different people in the crowd every single week. Yeah, every single week.
If I was a celebrity, I would have done exactly what Yachty did. He flicked up with Rhea in the backstage before the match, and then they interviewed him. He was like, I don't give a fuck about nobody here. I'm just here.
If it ain't Rhea, it don't matter. Yeah, shout out to him. He kept it real. Shout out to him.
Next match we have. They wasted so much momentum, dog. They turn on Big E, and the New Day is my favorite group of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another storyline where they just didn't take advantage, and I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, and it's been like every week it's like, okay, we're just gonna get on the mic and let the crowd and let the crowd boo us. And like even when the crowd is booing them, it's like they purposely try to do it. It's like Kofi will be speaking and he'll look at the crowd wanting them to boo. It's like you could have just kept on fucking speaking. It's like they're trying to manufacture the boo too much. But it's like, I think today was a cool little thing. I mean, they did it with Kofi's mom and they did it with Xavier's family today where they had the New Day suck shirt. I thought that was, pretty decent or whatever. But it's like, I just don't see where they're trying. What's the end goal for the New Day right now? It's like,
why is he losing to Rey Mysterio right now?
And why aren't they going after tag team gold? It's like, what is the New Day's purpose right now? It just kind of feels like they just turned them and just didn't have any plan after they turned them. So So it's like I don't know because I love the turn. The turn was one of the best moments of the year last year, and for it to be amounted up to this at this point, it's like I really don't see the end goal for the New Day right now. I would have thought it would have been championship gold, but we'll see where it goes from here.
We had my girl Bianca and Naomi versus Liv and Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
And surprise, surprise.
I would love to see them go to SmackDown, that being Liv, Raquel, and Dom. I hope Dom gets away from the whole Judgment Day thing. I think the Judgment Day just needs to disband. I just don't think they're good anymore. Ever since Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley went out, and they both got jobber entrances. Like their entrances were during commercial. Liv and Rhea got that, and Finn and Dom got that as well. So like their aura is just gone ever
JD
since
and
they
Dom.
lost. Yeah, JD and Dom. What did I say?
Finn and Dom.
Yeah, their aura is just gone ever since Rhea and Damian Priest have been gone. But it was a cool little match. But I would just like to see Dominic Mysterio do something else other than fucking just chasing Liv Morgan and getting her fucking acceptance.
I would chase.
I can't blame him though. Can't blame him.
We have that little like super short segment, and it's like Rhea saying whoever she's gonna beat whoever wins the Rumble, so it don't even really matter. And Bayley's like,
it won't be Bayley. It won't be Bayley. I
it
love
shouldn't
Bayley,
be.
but
She's
it's
lost
not
all
gonna
of
be
her
Bayley.
momentum too.
Yeah, absolutely. Bayley might have to go heel again because I love Bayley, but Bayley, especially when she became champion, like it was cool for a little bit, but then it just got so boring after a while. So I was kind of glad when Nia Jax beat her so she could go do something else. But yeah, they've been having Bayley lose and shit, so it's just like I'm kind of cool on Bayley right now. I love her, but it's like, right as of right now, I don't want to see her against Rhea like at all.
Paul Heyman come out there.
Yeah, announces Roman as the 2K cover for this year, which I will be buying. Hopefully it's cross-plat. Fucking please make it cross-plat. But yeah, announces Roman as the cover. Then Drew McIntyre comes out, and
He said Roman gonna win the Rumble because he's just the greatest.
mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre comes out and says, "I won the Rumble in 20 and started this the whole thing."
And he's
blah,
right.
blah, blah.
He is right. He won the Rumble, and without Drew McIntyre, there really isn't a tribal chief and all of this bloodline shit. So shout outs to Drew McIntyre. And yeah, they had that little thing where it was like, Drew was like, tell your guy I'm gonna beat him at the Rumble or whatever, or beat him till he's an inch away from death, and then throw him over the top rope. And then Paul Heyman's like, okay, I'll tell Roman Reigns, my tribal chief. And then Drew McIntyre's like, no, I meant CM Punk. So looks like there's gonna be some more of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
I like that storyline. I can't lie. It's old at this point, but I like it a lot.
I do. I love the Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. I think that should be the match at Mania. I hope it is the match at Mania. But I also want CM Punk to win the Rumble, so I just don't know how that's going to be the match. I just want all three of them to have a match at one point because I just love the promos between all three of them. I love it so much.
Drew beat Sammy. They continue to beat him after.
Sami Zayn is 0 and fucking 3,000 against Drew McIntyre at this point. I don't know why they keep doing this.
Cody comes to save him. KO comes out to fight Cody. Sammy Haluva kicks Cody. Same thing as last week.
Back-to-back weeks, he accidentally Haluva kicks. And that shot of Cody, like, fucking knocked out, passed out on the turnbuckle when Sammy and KO standing behind him was a really cool shot.
So I just don't know what they're doing with Sammy at all. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But
and they cut back Karrion Kross talking to him, so maybe it's going to be some type of heel turn. Who knows?
Let Miz talk to him. I don't give a damn about Karrion Kross.
Miz is on
I like
SmackDown
Miz.
now.
Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
They cut back from commercial, and Cody's promoing, and he's talking, and blah, 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 interrupted by CM Punk. Great segment. Definitely a great segment.
It was a beautiful promo battle between the two. It was beautiful because they had one last year building into the Rumble and then CM Punk in the Rumble was like, I'm not gonna lose to Dusty's kid and shit like that. And Cody's at the end of it with the last year I was chasing you, but this year you're chasing me. And it was like, man, if that's the match at Mania, I will be so happy. I couldn't say a bad thing about it because that promo was phenomenal.
My favorite part is he came out and he's like, we have a really good friendship right now, Cody, so I don't want to lie to you. I would rather stab you in the front. I'm coming for your championship. Mm-hmm. And it's like, damn, that's hard,
CM
dog.
Punk is so good on the mic. And I'm so glad because you came in, I forget whose chat it was the other day. Suji's, I think, you were becoming a fan of CM Punk. And I was so happy to hear that. And I told you were a little late to the party, but better late than never.
And I will say it was because I was a John Cena fan, and the one Royal Rumble where him and Hornswoggle were fucking everyone up. That wasn't even CM Punk's fault. That was Sheamus' fault. That's why I hated Sheamus for so long. But yeah, I just wasn't a CM Punk guy when we did all that new Nexus stuff. But Cody says he wants to see the look of CM Punk's face when he realizes he's no longer the best in the world. Dog, you already said it. The promo was phenomenal. But that's all we have for Monday Night Raw. Would you like to make our predictions for the Royal Rumble?
I would. And I have all the matches up. There's only 4 matches on the Royal Rumble this year. I think there was only 4 last year, too. We can start off with probably the least hype around this match. The WWE Tag Team Champions in DIY take on the Motor City Machine Guns in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm going to be rolling with DIY no, this is not going to be a fucking sleep fest. This is going to be a great match, I think. I'm going to roll with DIY to retain in this match. So I think it's going to be a very good match. I wouldn't be surprised if we walk away from the Royal Rumble saying this was the best match on the card. I think it's going to be a really good match.
I could not agree with you any less.
All right. Who are you taking?
But it probably will be a good match. I like Johnny Football, so I'm going to root with him.
Okay. Moving on, we can get into Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship, and that belt right there, the winged eagle. They're both going to be hung above the rope and above the ring in a ladders match.
You got to get both of them.
Absolutely not. That one is from a friend, and I'm not buying no fucking belt because I see the prices on those. It's like $400, so absolutely not. Absolutely.
I was saying they got to get both of them.
Oh, I thought you said you got to get both of them, but okay. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Randy Orton come back in this match, or if we see Sami Zayn in this match because him and KO have been, they had the promo last week, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see both of them in this match. But obviously, I think I'm going to roll with Cody Rhodes in this match. I think there's a slight chance Kevin Owens can win, but I just don't see Cody losing if it's not at Mania. So I'm going to take Cody to win here and retain his championship.
I agree completely.
All right. Moving on to the we'll start with the Women's Royal Rumble. Expecting a lot of returns, and I think somebody that returns in this match is going to win, and I think that is going to be one Jade Cargill.
The man.
I think who'd you say?
The man.
No, not Becky. I think Jade Cargill wins the Rumble. I think she finally comes back after all that Naomi, Bianca drama of who attacked her. And I think Jade wins the Rumble. I think she comes out at maybe like 29 or 30. I think another good option would be Io Sky, but I think at the end of the day, I'm going to roll with Jade Cargill.
What about Charlotte coming back?
No, I don't think she wins it when she comes back. And I hate that they announced that she's coming back. I would have loved it just to be a surprise, but no.
Do you agree with the fact, or not the fact, but the idea that they announced hers because they have an even bigger return coming?
Not that they have an even bigger one, but I think they just have so many that they just don't want them to overshadow each other, because I expect Jade to come back. I think Becky comes back. There's the whole Alexa Bliss thing and their contract disputes. Jordan Grace signed. She was the TNA World Champion over there. She signed to WWE officially, so she'll probably be in it. So it's not that they have other bigger ones. I just don't think they just don't want them to overlap with each other and be like.
So no AJ Lee?
No, absolutely not. I think
no Bella to win.
No, Nikki Bella, I think, will be in it. But I think if AJ Lee was going to come back, she would have came back during the Drew and Punk feud, because they brought her up so many times. So many times Drew McIntyre brought her up, so I thought that was the chance to bring her back. I don't see her coming back in the Rumble. But I think Nikki Bella will be in it. I think Becky Lynch will be there. Charlotte Flair, obviously. I think Jade will be in it. I think Asuka comes back at the Rumble. There's a lot of people that Carmella could come back. Alexa Bliss, we already talked about, could come back. Kairi Sane could come back. There are a lot of women that could come back in this Rumble. So, yeah. But I got Jade Cargill
not coming back.
What was that?
Sasha.
Oh, Sasha. I heard Tasha. Yeah, Sasha Banks is coming back. Nah. So, who you got winning?
I would like Naomi or Bianca to win, but neither one of them will. I think that you already picked the winner. I think that you're probably right about a storm is coming.
Yeah, I think it's Jade or Io.
But give me the man.
Becky,
I'll say my
really?
girl Becky.
I don't think it'd be Becky. The internet would set on fire if it was Becky, I think, because the internet, for some reason, they hate her. I love Becky Lynch, but they hate her.
I love Becky, yeah.
But
Who
moving on
cares?
to the men's Royal Rumble, they've named this like the most stacked Rumble in WWE history, and it kind of is with the names that they have announced for this. And I still don't know who I'm gonna pick, but if I had
Do
to
we
go with
see?
one, oh, what's that?
Don't make your pick. Let's talk about what's gonna happen first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Dwayne?
After how he was on the debut of Raw on Netflix, I just can't see him coming out. And I know online it's been like some whole narrative. It's like, what if all 30 people come out and then you hear another countdown and it's The Rock using his power because he's part of the board at TKO. He's, has part ownership in this, and he uses his power to have a 31st entrant, and after 30 there's another countdown and it's The Rock. But I just, after how he acted on the debut of Raw on Netflix, and then how he was the day after on NXT, I just don't see him involved in the whole narrative or in the build and the road to WrestleMania. Maybe in the future, maybe towards SummerSlam he comes back and does something, but I just don't know. I just have to see it to believe it at this point with The Rock, because there's been so many times it's like, oh, The Rock could come back here, could come back here, could come back here. And he comes back at Bad Blood, does that, does nothing. Nothing comes out of that. Then he shows back up at Raw and Netflix debut, and then he's just a whole new guy. Everybody loves him again. He loves everybody. He's hugging Cody, kissing babies again. He's back to If You Smell, the People's Champion. So I just don't know. I'm not gonna say The Rock comes back. Now, if he comes back, would I be upset? Absolutely not. I would go crazy. But am I predicting it? No, I'm not.
What about Legends? Do we get an Undertaker entrance? Do we get an HBK entrance?
I
hope
hope
not.
not. I hope not.
It's
Because
just the waves.
as a kid, it was so fun to see the guy you haven't seen in 15 years come back for a random Rumble appearance. But now that I'm an adult, it's like, okay, I know nothing's coming of this. Because as a kid,
It'll be like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who can't even move.
Exactly, would come back in 2010. And it's like, as a kid, it's like, I'm not thinking about, oh, the story narrative or whether he's going to win or not. It's just, I'm happy to see some legend. But now it's like, I know he has no chance of winning. It's not like he's going to be back on Monday for Raw and be a part of the roster again. He's just there for that one night just to get a pop. So I hope not. Like, I was so pissed last year when they had Pat McAfee go in and just jump right back out. I hate when they waste the spots like that. So I hope we don't see a legend. And if we do see a legend, I hope it's a legend that comes back and is actually, maybe they're making one last run. Like Goldberg. I think Goldberg could be in the Rumble because I think he says he has one last run in him. So if it's like Goldberg, I wouldn't be upset. RVD, I think he's kind of past that age, but RVD's like one of my top favorite wrestlers of all time. I love him so much. I just don't see him in the Rumble again or wrestling anymore. But I wouldn't be mad at it, but I just don't see it.
See, that is RVD, but that's not even who I was talking about.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Feed me more.
Absolutely not. We don't see Ryback. I think Omos comes back. There's the whole thing with Aleister.
I forgot about him.
There's the whole thing with Aleister Black coming back because he's not with AEW anymore. He's
the one that killed, right? Wait, who got their head smashed on the stairs by? I think it was Braun Breaker.
I couldn't tell you.
No.
Oh wait, no. Like recently, Ludwig Kaiser. Was it him? No, then I don't know who you're talking. Oh no, Giovanni Vinci. But no, Ludwig Kaiser did that. So no, I have no clue who you're talking about because Ludwig Kaiser did that. So yeah, I have no clue who you're talking about. But yeah, we could see Aleister Black. I expect Joe Hendry to be in there. From TNA. Because I expect some TNA.
Yeah, Braun Breaker smashes Von Wagner's head.
Yeah, I have no clue.
That was still NXT though.
Yeah, but I think Dolph Ziggler, now known as Nick Nemeth, he goes by just his name. I think he has a chance to be in there because WWE and TNA have this whole thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
He talks so much shit about WWE though.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jeff Hardy, but I think Joe Hendry is a lock to be in the Rumble. I would bet some good money that Joe Hendry's in the Rumble. I think he is. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it to myself. For the past 2 years, I have said he's coming back. Oh, radio.
Matt
Tell
Cardona,
me
and I seen some
everything you
interview
know.
of Chelsea talking about it, and I
I
would love to see him come back. And if he comes back, I hope it's not Zack Ryder. I hope it's just as Matt Cardona, because he's done so much to build that name
It
outside of
would be.
WWE. So I hope to see him
He
back,
said a
but
bunch of he said a bunch of times Zack Ryder's dead. He'll never do
yeah.
it again.
So I hope to see him back, but I just don't know, because he said he hasn't gotten any contract offer from WWE ever. So I hope to see him
He's
come
not
back,
coming
but
back.
I
He's
hope to,
not
but I
doing
don't
it.
think it will. I don't think he will. But
He's
yeah.
literally like my favorite guy. I'm not letting myself get excited again just for him never to show up.
But yeah, as far as
I
surprises, I
believe
think it's Joe Hendry and Aleister Black.
I believe that Jey Uso will be like third entry. He'll be in there the entire time. They want to make us believe he'll win, but he won't. Logan Paul will enter at like 26. He'll be in like the last 6 people. He won't win. It'll probably be like the 24th guy to enter being. I don't think CM Punk wins.
Oh, sorry. I expect Trick Williams to be in the Rumble, by the way, too.
For sure.
And for the women, Roxanne Perez.
Carmelo will for sure be in this as well.
We'll see.
You don't think so?
I named her off when I was naming off all the women that couldn't come back.
Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes. I think you said Carmella. Carmelo Hayes, yeah,
No.
yeah. A lot of people are saying Carmelo Hayes is going to be the Iron Man. Like, he's going to come in at like 3 and be there, like, not till the end.
I think that's Jay.
But I think he'll be in there for a while. But I definitely think him and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are going to have a moment in the Rumble.
We'll get a Kofi moment like always, especially with them having this little thing now.
I think that may be someone else's spot now. Like, Penta said he's going to be in the Rumble. That could be his spot now. Or it could be like a Carmelo Hayes to do that type of spot. I don't know if Kofi has that in him anymore.
I would almost guarantee they do something with Kofi.
They probably will, but I just don't. I don't think they. I don't think it happens again with Kofi, because especially now that he's not even a babyface, it's not like people are gonna be cheering for him to get back in. They fucking hate him, so I don't think.
Or they just push him down.
Yeah,
like he jumps over
like
to the
that,
railing,
yeah.
or a fan pushes him
down.
Not
that a fan does it or somebody else does it. I just don't see them doing that with Kofi anymore.
Fair enough. I don't think CM Punk wins.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena definitely enters 30, right?
No, I hope not. Because I don't want 30 to be somebody that was already announced that we know is going to be in the Rumble, because 30 is supposed to be like, who's coming out? Holy shit, who's coming out? Because if 30 is John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, somebody that already said they're going to be in the Rumble, I'm expecting The Rock to come out at 31 then. So, because there's no way that's the surprise of number 30, someone who's pre-announced that they're going to be in the Rumble. So I hate whenever number 30 is someone that we already know is going to be there and they just haven't shown up yet. So no, I hope it's not.
That was kind of like a Liv last year. We all knew Liv was coming back. So when she wasn't there by 30 last year, it was a disappointment, because I thought there was a chance Sasha was coming back last year. Mm-hmm. And I was disappointed.
Yeah, I hope it's not.
I don't know who I'm picking. Let me go Drew.
Who's your final 4, you think? Because it's so stacked. Who do you think are going to be the final 4?
Definitely Cena. Mm-hmm. Probably Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. If I pick Drew, I gotta say Drew, and then Punk. I'll say Drew throws Punk out. I think that's
the final 4. If you want to throw Seth Rollins in there, maybe, but I think that is the final 4. I'm gonna have CM Punk winning the Rumble. John Cena, it's just gonna be. It would be too easy of a story for it to be like, oh, he wants to win the 17th, he wins the Rumble his first try, and now he's just going to Mania and winning the belt. I think that'd just be too easy of a path for this to be his last year for him to just win it right away. Roman Reigns, I just don't see him going back after the championship this quickly. I just think he has other things to do right now. And even if he does go after the championship, I just don't think he needs to win the Royal Rumble to do that.
Yeah.
And CM Punk, I just think he deserves that main event spot. He's been wanting that main event spot at WrestleMania literally for 20 years now. So I think he finally gets it, and I think he wins the Royal Rumble. But I wouldn't be mad at any of those guys winning. Not a single one of them I would be mad at.
I heard you're streaming
the Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, I heard we are streaming the Rumble.
What's up?
If it's we stream the Rumble, sure. If it's me streaming the Rumble, I don't know. But if it's we stream the Rumble, I'm there.
We'll talk. Maybe we get Susan Dark in there too.
Bet. All right. So those are our predictions for the Royal Rumble. We came into this episode saying, I said to you before we hit record, there's nothing to talk about. This is going to be a 45-minute episode. It says an hour and 55 minutes. Holy shit. So we hope you guys enjoyed. If anybody's still here after the waffle, we hope you guys enjoyed. Championship week is over. Don't even ask me what these next couple episodes are going to be about, because Thursdays are supposed to be our preview episode. We'll be previewing the Pro Bowl if anybody's interested in that. But now we'll be doing our award show on Thursday, and for the next couple episodes, we'll just find some different things to do. You guys will we'll let you guys know what we're gonna do probably next episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Go over and show some love on the TikTok. The Twitter is up and running. Smalls is posting the shorts over there as well. YouTube shorts, show some love there. We appreciate you guys. Go down, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys on Thursday for our award show. We will be dressed up in suit and tie, so be prepared for that. Love you guys. Peace.